This is PCSimulators.org, the simulation channel on YouTube. So today we are going to look at a helicopter. Before we move on, I just want to mention PCHelicopters.com, which is what you see on your screen at the moment. This is a simulation site for helicopters, and they have some very interesting articles about helicopters, obviously. And recently they've did a question and answer session with some helicopter pilots, real helicopter pilots, and be sure to check out the article as they talk about the helicopter simulators they've used and what they think is realistic. And also on the site there's a new article on X-Plane helicopters, so if you have X-Plane and like to know which helicopters they recommend, have a look at that. And of course they also did a poll about the best helicopter simulator, where they asked a number of people in the community which helicopter simulator they thought was the best. So plenty of information on that site, be sure to check it out. It's PCHelicopters.com. If you're really into helicopters, or even if you just like to play them occasionally, helicopter simulators, be sure also to check out the Facebook group. It's Helicopter Simulators, and that is available on, oh look, somebody just liked that helicopter link. So that's available on Facebook, and it's, as far as I know, it's the largest helicopter simulators group and one of the oldest, well over 2,500 members. And the good thing about this group is, as well as enthusiasts and fans of helicopter simulation, there are also developers and major software houses who have members in that group, and also real life pilots. So yet again, check it out, it's Helicopter Simulators. And lastly, PCHelicopters.com, they have a webpage on Facebook as well, as you can see, facebook.com/PCHelicopters. So today we are going to look at a helicopter for FSX and P3D version 3 and 4. Okay, so as we said, this is the helicopter we're going to look at today. The MP's design studio, I think you say Guimbal Cabri G2, and it's for FSX and P3D and P3D version 3 and 4. So that's it on your screens at the moment. And what is this helicopter? Well, if you go to Wikipedia, the encyclopedia online, you'll see it's a light helicopter, and it's originated in France. First flight in 2005. 140 of them were built at 400,000 each. So it's a two-seat light piston engine helicopter produced by Helicopters Guimbal, designed by Bruno Guimbal, who's a former Eurocopter engineer, having its origins in the 1980s, and the first demonstrator flew in 1992. So I have to read that twice. It looks like it's 12 years later. Okay, so it's mainly used as a training aircraft, and we're going to have a look at it. So without any more hesitation, let's go and have a look at it. So here we are in P3D version 4, and the helicopter is available under C, under the type vehicle title, if you sorted it on vehicle title. And you have the Air Technology Cabri G2. So if you click on the mouse, you can also spin around the helicopter and have a look. You can see it, there it is. And G2 Australia, so another livery. What's this one? Guidance Aviation. There's quite a few actually. If you scroll through, there's quite a few different liveries. Transair. Excellent. So the guys over there to MP have really put a lot of thought into this, and actually given us a lot of varieties of typical liveries that we can use the helicopter with. And as you can see, I'm scrolling through, there's still loads. There's quite a lot. There's a lot to keep you going. Oh, hang on. That's the last one. Yeah, on the United Kingdom. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. Seeing as this is from the United Kingdom, we're going to fly this particular version. So great. So okay, click on OK for that, and we're going to change airport, and let's see. I think I'll see if I can find an airport which is not too big. It's Cardiff. It's Cardiff Airport. Okay, that's great. And we've got Cardiff Airport. We're going to do spring, hour 1400 fine, clear skies. Yeah, clear skies. We don't want any hassle, and we're going to try that. So let's click on OK. So here we are, and this is the helicopter with our British flag showing. So let's have a look at some of the views. Can you zoom in a bit with this one? That's it there. See if I can zoom in a bit more. Oops. How are we doing that? Oh, I don't know what happened there. Let's try again. Let's change view. Let's go to outside spot. Yeah, we've done that. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit. There we go. There's it. So that's the helicopter. very nicely detailed actually. Looks really good. I like the livery. It's fantastic. So look around the back. The skids look good. Look around the back, and yeah, that's nicely modelled. The tail rotor. And let's have a look also at the way the rotor blades are animated. That's up there. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Another good detail there. You can see the inside. I think. Let's see. Can we actually open the doors? Let's go inside the cockpit. Let's have a look inside the cockpit. That's good for you. That's from the other side. Let's actually go. Yeah, I always get confused in P3. You know, if there's X, which one's which. So let's go virtual cockpit. So we're inside the cockpit. Let's have a look. Zoom in on the controls. Look, you got the Sony. Is that a Sony phone or iPad? I don't know. So let's see. Yep, that moves. That's animated. The cyclic, the collective. That's animated too. Yep, so that's animated too. Goes up and down. And what these? Does that work? Yeah, that works. That's the cabin heat. So that's great. Look at that. That's working now. I'll turn it down. So it's too hot to eat. See if this works as well. Yeah, the navigation system. Yep, that works. So that's good. And here as well. Yeah, that works as well. We've got cold air. I'm going to put on automatically lights. Yeah, got landing lights, navigation lights. We'll have a look outside then, see if they're working. Pump, strobe lights. Is it on? Oh, that's off. So up is on. And the master switch. So all the dials work nicely in there. The governor, the oil, lights, yep, starter, that's great. See the pedals work as well. Move the pedals. Yep, the pedals look good. That's really good. And let's have a look on the outside again. And I want to see it. The lights are on. That's really good. And the landing light is on. So that's come on as well. Go back in the cockpit, and I think. Let's see, go to the cockpit, virtual cockpit. I think you can also open the doors. So have a look around. Click on yeah, the doors do open. Yeah, look at that. Excellent. Good attention to detail. I'm liking this helicopter. I'm really liking it. And so the door. So this is the sound. Let's open this side and see if we're too close there. Right here. Yeah, sound changes. Slightly, but it does change. Close that door. And these work as well. Yeah, these don't work. So the rotor brake, yeah, that works. And the mixer control, sorry. The rotor brake. That's what's behind us. Yeah, that's good. So everything works inside the cockpit. Well, most of the things work inside the cockpit. I haven't checked every single thing. That looks good. I don't think I want to switch that light off. I think it's a bit too bright. So switch that. So the light comes on and off, that's good. And ready to take off. Okay, so we're ready to take off here at Heathrow. Let's do a quick circuit at Heathrow and then land. So it gently does it. There we go. A bit gentler, okay. And we're off. So as you can see, it's quite sensitive. I'm finding it quite sensitive. It reminds me a bit of the R22 from Dreamfall and X-Plane, so you mustn't overdo it. You see I've just slightly touched the pedal and it's wobbling a bit, so you have to be very, very gentle. So let's see. There you go. So yeah, it does act very similar to some X-Plane helicopters, and of course X-Plane is always, and DCS are always been fantastic helicopter, but I have to say this is the first P3Dv4 helicopter that comes close to any of the X-Plane helicopters in terms of dynamics. And the guys at MP Studio have modelled VRS and some other helicopter physics which you don't always find in FSX standard model, so there's a few extras apart from the Dodo Sim for FSX, but that's not available for P3D as far as I know. This is definitely a very impressive helicopter. It's handling just like a lot of the other X-Plane helicopters that I've flown, so the realism is there, and it looks good too. It's got a detailed cockpit, it's got lots of liveries to choose from, and it works with P3D version 3, P3D version 4, and also FSX. So there's lots of pluses, and the negatives, well, there's none really. I mean, the only minor flaw I would say was when you open the door, the sound isn't as obvious when the door's open, but that's such a minor thing. The graphics look good, the frame rates are good. I mean, it supports track IR, and it's quite a bit of a joy. Oh, look, there's Concorde down there. See, there's Concorde. So you can get a. What's Concorde doing on his own up there? Of course, Concorde, one of the iconic aircraft of the 20th century. It's such a shame that they don't make them anymore. Never got the chance to fly in it myself. It would have been fantastic. Let's see if we can have a good look at. Oh, I think I've overdone that. So, whoops! Too eager to get to see Concorde there. Let's see. Let's straighten it out a bit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Very, very sensitive. There's Concorde there. Like I said, you do need to keep on your toes when you're flying this helicopter, because it is quite challenging, and it's a good thing because it means it's realistic. So let's and there's Concorde there. Look at that, all on its own. Poor old Concorde. So let's quickly have a look at. Let's go to the scenery over there and see what that looks like, and a look at Concorde underneath us. And P3Dv4 does a brilliant job with the scenery. I must admit, it's fantastic. I mean, the airport, it lacks a bit of life at the moment, but there are add-ons I suppose you can buy in future which will add life to it and air traffic. So the trees look good, and the frame rate's a lot better than they were in P3 version 3. So let's head back towards the airport, and in fact we can pause as well in a second, and we'll have a look at the outside, how it flies. But it's very enjoyable flying this. It's very challenging, but also it's nice and leisurely as well. There's Concorde again, and there's the runway Heathrow, and very, very quiet. So let's just fly around a little bit more, and then we'll have a quick look at a replay to see what it looks like from the outside. So let's head over there. What is that red thing? Come on, stop wobbling. I said it's very, very. I'm overcompensating a little bit with the pedal, so it's got to be very, very gentle. Very small, minute movements are needed to direct this helicopter. And there's the terminal building over there, Heathrow. Do you ever see Heathrow this quiet? Nah, I don't think so. Okay, let's fly it to the end, I think, and then we'll just stop it and pause, and then try and land. And the faster we go in, we're hitting about 100. So it's moving along. You got the dial underneath there, bottom right, 100. Looks good, isn't it? Very good. Brilliant job by the guys. And I must got to say, I mentioned it as well, that their support has been excellent in helping to install this helicopter, and any questions that I've had, they've answered promptly, even late at night. So you're in good hands with MP Design Studio. They've been very, very helpful in helping me get this helicopter installed correctly. Any questions, they're always willing to answer them. Okay, so like I said, we'll pause it, and then we'll have a quick look at the replay from outside. The good thing about P3D is if you've got the analysis tool, you can start recording and load recording and have flight analysis. We're going to go for instant replay and go for the last 60 seconds. What that's going to let us do is have a look at the aircraft from outside, because obviously when I was flying it, it was very difficult to... there it is. So it looks great. That's one good view as well from the side. Inside we've already been there. Flyby view. Look at the detail on that copter. It's fantastic, isn't it? It's brilliant. And the liveries, you've got so many different liveries as well that you can have with it. And you can see the tail rotor as well. Brilliant, isn't it? Brilliantly animated. They've done a brilliant job, I must admit. And there's the two guys, obviously. Didn't see that in the cockpit, but there's two people in there. They've both got a shirt and tie on, smartly dressed. So you can see the detail that has gone into this helicopter, not just for the physics, but also the design of the liveries and the way it looks. So top job there, guys. Zoom out a little bit so you get an impression of the P3D. There's a lot of simulators out at the moment, and that's the end of the recording. There's a lot of simulators out at the moment. We'll be looking at a couple in the next few weeks. And right, so what we'll do now, we'll try and land it. So let's land at Heathrow Airport then. Let's just really push back a bit on here, bleed some speed off. Gently. Perfect landing, look at that. I like it. So, that's it. That's the Cabri G2. So we'll have a look at another livery and see how it flies from external. And then we'll wrap up the review. So that's the landing. Let's just go outside and see how we landed. Actually, whoops. Oh, not that one. Let's have a look at the review. There's the instant replay. There you go. So have a look at instant replay. Last 60 seconds. Let's have a look at this from the outside. So that's us. Coming into land. Great looking helicopter though, we've got to admit. I think it's one of the best ones P3D version for us for sure. So let's see how the landing went. I don't think it was a perfect landing, but it was a good landing. Considering I haven't flown this very much. Let's spin it around again. A little buzzing sound there. I have to watch the back end of this helicopter because you always get their back end will touch the floor first, so always be aware of that. Okay, that's it. Let's zoom in a bit more. There you are, two guys in there, pilot and co-pilot. Excellent looking helicopter, as you can see. So let's just try another livery and see if we can go somewhere else. So let's go to scenario, vehicle select. Let's try. Not that one. No, that's white. That's white. Nah, the yellow one. Let's try that and click on. Oh, look, you can actually select. Oh, is it army infantry? Does that do anything? Oh. Okay. Well, flight number's wrong. 1, 2, 3. That'll do. Okay, so that's the yellow version, as you can see. We're parked by here. Let's try somewhere else in the world. Go to airport. Go to airport. What should we do? Milan. Is it Milan? No. Milan. No, that's Milan in the United States. Okay. Rome? No, the city Milan. Oh, I'll do Bresso. Is that oh, actually, it could be Malpensa there. That's Malpensa. There it is, Malpensa. So let's go here. See what it looks like from Milan, and just do a quick fly around in this these colours, and then wrap up the interview. I mean the review. So, come on, load terrain data. Actually, I'll pause at this point and we'll be back in a sec. That's better views. So see the animation on the rotor blades, excellent. There's the rear, see the pipes, front. Another view of the back. And the side-on view. And zoom out of. Spin around. Another view from the other side. The inside views. Around there. Another view. That's better. You need to rotate this now. And that's a good shot of that. It goes to show how great P3D looks from that angle. Okay, so that's the Cabri G2. That sounds like Cadbury's, you know, little chocolate you eat, but no, it's a Cabri G2. I think I said it right. So that's the helicopter for P3D version 4. It also works with Flight Simulator X, and this is one of the best helicopters for Prepare 3D. And I think the guys over at MP Studio have done a great job. So look out for it. And our rating for this, I'd say we're going to give this an 8 out of 10 for P3D version 4 Cabri G2.